Wonim say EU nationals nyina ne won ebusuafo a wonye EU nationals nyina or say wo apply ma EUSS ansa June busome akona wieye afi 2021 yimu. Se wanya ebe ha won kratasem a wode ti UK. Se wontu anamon we na wo apply EU settlement scheme entwen last minute ansa. Ehu hia yie pa se obebotumi a wode tena UK no ho ban. Na wo hia legal advice bi anso a pebi we koma EU ana EEA amanfo nyina wo kra registration certificate ana permanent registration certificate ana ebusuafo a yama won resident card ana permanent residence cards a ewo EEA registration 2016 no mu. Se wonya ye we nyina na se wo sefata apply pre-settled ana settled status answer 30th June 2021. EU settlement scheme pre-settled status eba na wieye ewo 30th June 2021. Na mum ehun me hia yie se obe apply no ntem na 𝗿𝗚𝗚𝗏 yie. Na hye so se we koma omo wo UK answer 31st December 2020 a wo kra won krata esefata nyina edi won adanse. Se wendi immigration mrei so na wunni adansidie bia 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗄 a watena UK se EEA ana EU nationals no nso a eno so betimi ahawodaache se wo apply wo British citizenship. BWF Solicitors ewo nimdie fa UK immigration law na omo aboa ebusuafo bebree wo applications a efa home offices EU settlement schemes no ho. Wonti bebree ase a for BWF Solicitors ntempara ewo 020-849-37340 ana 077-127-61884.
Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters.
Ya sign abe efidua ha na ye de dwumedi a bribia efiade bia adom ne dom yempe na ye de aba no enenso ye de sa dwumedi ye de ba ma kwan megide se monyina monyina mo hoye enchebia ye be ye de ahoma no betum na se yem papa ene yendi edwuma ne wie pe na afedie bibia atudin na ya hyase enti no hyase ne mo enie mo fancheme hyase ne mo enie na bibia interrupt kakra yo enenso efiada ende ne wo mamo ye wo edwuma pa ye wo enimdie pa ye de ebre mo enimdie emo ye hwam emo do emo ye papa na mesre obi biara se onka ye ho ontwen ben ye na ye ntumi emfa edwumedie mba ma kwan yemre na aso ene de meka se na wotwe mu nyina nsemsem ankrofo ede bedwa me ene yiyu nsemsem a omo be free mu enche bia bosome a ye friend June potokasa no na wie ye pepepe na chese yiyu hihye ni dodo na no abewie ye na mom abewie ye no eno nchese ewiase abewie ye abewie ye mom nanso ensem bebre ewo ho a sansemsem no eye de ma binum chese nyoma eda so koso we be say that's not the end of the world. After that no there are few things ye betume nso aye na ye ho esinsan ye ntise busuanfo a mo pese yiye busuanfo a mo pese mo kofa mo busuan aba no 30th June ne so a eno nkyere se mo ntumi enye saade ni biom ekwan deda ho wo a opese wo ware eno nkyere se 30th ba wo ntumi ware biom aware de nyame na hihye enye yiyufo na hihye ite na kyere se you can still marry na mom nhihye wo ho a ubetumi afa ubetumi akofa wo honkafo anase uma still a oni oma ba kromu asa ha na wote a enkwan wo ho na sa nkwankwan na kyerese enne yenya yempapa kentinka amieno yempapa nom kentinka amienum Uncle 𝗿𝗶𝗏𝗵𝗄 na nkasa doctor himself enne owofidie ha oni ye ba be di dwumen ene kire yenya ne ho ka ne ho ne oka ne ho nso ene another partner Uncle Francis enso eka ne ho na kyerese mesi enne no double blessing. Enti montwem ba afidie no mesra mo Facebook wo me pese ekọ enim na enkrofo ehu edwumedi aye di omu hu ekira kwan because ene nsem no me pese ebehwiri obia yes chance ene 9th of April 2021 no ye fi April ye ko May any June enti na kyerese uhwemu a busum mienu pepe na nsem nyina na kyerese obi be se nsem bebre nsem bebre nti ene ye be kwa homa ne so like I always say whenever we come here ye ni BWF Solicitors for now for the benefit of other nations, and we'll begin our education. That is the main topic that we have. We will educate ourselves in the English language, or transfer that knowledge in the English language for the benefit of other nations. Then after, we can change the dialect into our local. But before then, please stay tuned and stick with us. Don't go anywhere. Remember to keep sharing. Share on Facebook, share on YouTube, and remember to subscribe the channel. BWF Solicitors, we are on 4th floor Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, 7 Sisters, London, N154NP. We have a main line just after the program. Remember to call this line and book an appointment with them. Go and see them with all your immigration matters, all your legal matters, or what we call judicial reviews and litigations, or even Ghanaian law. They are really expert in these things, but they are most perfectionist. Let me say that. Immigration and family law. So come whichever way, please go and see BWF Solicitors. Good morning. We are going straight to the line, and we have our big man himself, Uncle Ben here, and Uncle Francis. So stay tuned and stick with us. Good morning, Uncle Francis. Good Uncle Ben, sorry.
Good morning, my team.
Adomon kwani ashiye papa me ho ye pa na pacha wonso
Yehowa dom ye ho ye da mo nyina ase. E wo nkwam nko ade na wo se da nyame ase.
Sa yenso ye da ase se ne wa beka ye ho na onwuma dɔɔso nso wa jimre se ene oni ye ebe ye nsumi e wa ha. Yo, Uncle Ben, isem bebre wo ho, but before we go to the main topic, I will like you, if there is any update at all, can you give us the update after greeting the fans or the listeners, and then we go straight to our point. Thank you very much.
Yo, MANYE TEÄ, a tier for 1 hour here, our Facebook and YouTube. The Chamunina, Besho say, Yamiada Roma, Yina, Yawon 𝗙𝗶𝗵𝗄𝗹 𝗂𝗵𝗴𝗵 nkama yɛda mo ase nso sɛ mode mo fidie no ato ha na yɛbɛka kyerɛ mo sɛ wobɛtumi a ma wadamfo hu sɛ ne link anaasɛ frɛ no na ɔno nso ɔnhwɛ bi na deɛ ɛnɛ no update a yɛde ba no ɛyɛ in relation to biribi a yɛfrɛ no the postgraduate scheme no started the 1st of July until be a as a student be a graduate between now and July. Now or student visa up to that time which me apply my amount 2 years. So we bachelor's and our master's up to 3 years. So we a PhD and our doctorate degree. Amount who quite ama with me ehwe eye adwuma eye de wo se we bia ama after that no obetimi aswitch akọ the migrant scheme a de aba say European ni eye frontline worker anaasɛ obi a ofi Ghana ɛba saa hyehyɛ no nyinaa ɛwɔ hɔ ma mo. Ebiom for EU for na yɛma mo deadline I'm sɛ yɛka sɛ wɔntumi anyɛ application by June a yɛwɔ biribi a wɔfrɛ no exemption ɛno no ebi aba sɛ wɔn mu no ebi a yareɛ bi nti anaa biribi pɔtee bi wɔ w'abrabɔ mu ɛno nti na ama wɔntumi anyɛ no although sɛ deadline no yɛ June no wɔn kaa sɛ wɔntumi anyɛ a na wɔma good reason good reason yɛ very restrictive but sɛ wotumi ma good reason a wɔn ɛmfa ɛntwe w'aso. Moma yɛnhyɛ no nso sɛ mo a mokuta Irish passports no monka ho. Ana EU for no yɛka EU a ayɛ a yɛde Switzerland for ka ho. But Switzerland no wɔ up to 2025. Ana mo a mowɔ 𝗓𝗔𝗓 principle no nso no mowɔ up to 2022 depending on time a wɔware 𝗓𝗔𝗓 for yɛ ɔmo a ɔmo kɔtena Europe ɔmo yɛ British citizen a ɔmo ba back no. Sɛ wɔware before year free mona or up to 2022 utimi ba back now year Zambrano for so the deadline on anymore until all those from last year now mutimi apply for EUSS no but my application is purely on paper. Tianene updates me pesa medema.
Yo, Uncle Ben, yedase, tifo, update, yedi abaneche se mo nhwam yewo America kra eda enim nti yen take this opportunity no na graduate scheme yemfa yehu enremo na yenya preparation nti mre no so ya na chese yedi atum. Yo, Uncle Ben, sorry, tifo, mesremo mon share program no MANYE we try say Facebook no mo be hu na chese motumi a share nti no me producer ye hu adwuma me nim na say Facebook na ya na aye akeka nka ne hu bisa no sorry yo Uncle Ben yedase inte no sisia no ye be change akọ ye mpotoka sene mo se ne be ya afoforo other nations ye nuanom a bimbe ye no omo nso omo atiase na eba na immigration na chese enye ye Ghana nko and we are serving the community na chese ye dwen obia ho inte no etiefo mesre Uncle Ben and the main topic aye wo na mo de pa ene se EU family members na say citizen no Emrea akabusumi mienu penetre say nsem a ye say omo nyoma bia omo ye ni nyina no be wi ye na che say grace period a ye de ma ye fiti January up to June na che say aka 2 months pe nanso 2 months no nsem pi betumi esisi na just after the 2 months nanso no eno ntre say wiase na be wi ya na say you for omo ni any chance bia ye nim say chances be bre wo hono but 2 months or say omuhu the right channel or the right process to follow whereas I know some of them are still thinking after that 31st December 2020 no can they go and marry, can they go and bring their family back here and stuff like that. These are some of the questions people keep asking. So Uncle Ben, please going straight to the point, today's topic we are going to discuss the family members of the EU, their rights under the withdrawal agreement. After this withdrawal or at the end of this 2020, what is going to happen to these people? Uncle Ben, Pacho.
Okay, well, thank you very much, MANYE T. So the EU topic, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
The very rules that cover the EU nationals is a withdrawal agreement, which is an agreement between the United Kingdom and the EU as a bloc, and also between UK and Switzerland and Turkey, for example, also has an arrangement with the United Kingdom. The law and the immigration rules is very difficult to read. It's very, very difficult to read. It's not as usual as normal immigration rules. So if you look at the interpretation sections, it defines several situations and categories of EU nationals and their status at certain parts of the year. So what I'm going to do today is to categorize your rights, what is protected, what is not protected, when is it protected till, and what you have to do in the interim. First of all, the underlying qualification is that you are an EU or EEA national or a Swiss national. The other qualification is that you should have been in the UK before the implementation stage passed, which is that you were in the UK by the 31st of December 2020. Now, once you've established those basic underlines, which is your EU national or Swiss nationals, and you were in the UK by 11 p.m. the 31st of December 2020, the withdrawal agreement gives you protection. The protection it gives you is that you have a period to regularize your stay. You also have a period which you can stay here and work. And also the old style EEA regulation will apply till a certain period. What is this period? The first period, which is approaching really fast, is the end of June. Now, every EU national, bar Swiss national and Irish national, so I say every EU national, so every person who owns an EU passport is required by law to make a formal application online under the EUSS or the EU settled status. The settled status is for those who've lived here for 5 years or more, or for those who've lived here for less than 5 years. If you've lived here for 5 years or more, you are entitled to receive indefinite leave to remain under the EUSS. If you've been here for less than 5 years, then you are entitled to be granted 5 years limited leave to remain. This group of EU citizens and their family members are also protected to claim benefit. Some of you will be aware that you can only claim benefit if you are habitually resident in the UK. Habitual residence hasn't really got a definition, but it may include things like permanence, indefinite leave, and that you've made this place your home. The Court of Appeal has said that even if you have EUSS for 5 years limited leave to remain, you can still claim benefit. So you can claim all the benefits, including housing benefit, universal credit, income support, family tax credit, child tax credit, all the benefits. You are not restricted. Also, those EU nationals and their family members, so this includes Ghanaians or other nationalities whose family members are EU nationals, qualify for the home fee scheme. So if you're a graduate or you've applied to go to university, you will qualify for the home student fee. So you don't have to pay a foreign student. Now, again, let me bring you back two underlying qualifications. EU national or a family member of EU national, you were here by the 31st of December. You also qualify for student loan from the student finance company. If you've lived in the UK, Gibraltar, or any EU state for at least 3 years. So the EU citizens who are here, even if you've been here for less than a year, you will still qualify for student finance, home student loan, or home student fee if you've lived in the EU, UK, and Gibraltar for at least 3 years, and that you were here by the 31st of December 2020. The other qualification, which people are not aware, is that nothing prevents you from bringing your family members. The definition of family members includes your children, both under 21 and over 21, your parents, your grandparents, and your grandchildren, and your spouses. Now, again, let me refer you to the basic requirement. You are an EU national or a family member of EU national. You were here before the 31st of December or by the 31st of December. If you have a child born to you outside the UK after the 31st of December, because you were here by 31st of December, you can still bring that child. You can still bring your wives, because the advantage we have as Ghanaians is that our customary law marriages are done before it is registered. So let's say you married in November last year, on 1st of December, on 30th of December last year, you can still bring that person under the old style requirement, which is that once you've got your EUSS after June, you need to show that you yourself, you have the EUSS, either limited or indefinite leave. You can bring the person anytime. If you marry the person after the 31st of December and you were here by the 31st of December, because the person was not your family member, and the definition of family member includes a wife or a husband. Because the person was not your family member at the time that the implementation period expired, you can still bring the person, even if you have limited leave to remain, as an EU national, on the basis that the person is now your family member, but you will need to meet the immigration requirements, both the eligibility requirement and the suitability requirement. Included in the eligibility requirement is that the relationship is genuine, that you meet the 18,600 requirement, there is an accommodation, or if you don't meet the 18,600, that you have savings of about 62,400, which is a basic 16,000 plus 18,600 times 2.5 years, which is 62,400. These are the basic requirements. So if you are here before 31st of December, you can still bring your children, your parents, your grandchildren, and your grandparents. And your spouse, only if that marriage happened before the 31st of December. Now, I repeat this. If you were here before the 31st of December and you had an extended family member who has not made an application by the 31st of December, you cannot make that application to bring your extended family member. Extended family member are nieces, nephews, uncles, aunties, and any other person who is not a family member. However, if you made an application before the 31st of December, you still have a right to appeal or an administrative review. You have 14 days if the person is in the UK for an appeal, or 28 days for an administrative review. If the person is outside the UK, you have 28 days to appeal. Please watch out. The appeal system for EEA applications under the old style EEA application has changed. So if you want to appeal, you can no longer appeal on a paper as we used to do. You have to appeal online, either using my HMSTC, which is Her Majesty Court and Tribunal Services, or you can use the AIC, which is the Immigration and Asylum Chamber online portal. The only people who can still use a paper appeal are those who've made an application under EUSS or under the human rights provisions. So be mindful that when you put in your appeal, if it's the old style EEA under the 2016 regulation, which still applies and it will apply till the end of June for a lot of people, either here or coming from outside, you are minded that your appeal must be made online and the fee must be paid online once the fee notices have been raised. So MANYE TEÄ, broadly, this is the requirements. And to recap, if you were here before 31st of December and you've lived in the EU, Gibraltar or UK, you, your child, or your dependents can apply for student finance and go to university, you are covered. There are those people who would have to do that by August this year. And those are people who were not here before the 31st of December. They can still apply, but they've got only up to August this year to have a student finance application made. And this is where I'll leave it.
Okay, Uncle Ben, thank you very much. In fact, that means we still have some chance to bring in our extended family. Come think of extended family. You know, you made mention of your children, your parents, and your grandparents. So that means all these people fall under your family, not extended family. Because sometimes when we are talking of extended family, people think, oh, your grandparents, you know, how can, or even your brothers. But from the explanation that you've given us, that means even your siblings, children, and parents, they all fall under just immediate family, not extended family.
Well, and the definition of a family member under Appendix EU are, if you want to put in a simple English, are people who came out of you or people that you came out of. So your descendants and your ascendants.
Right.
So your descendants or your ancestors. So your ancestor will be your mom, your dad, your grandfather, and your grandmother. And then your descendants will be your children and your grandchildren. Anybody, and then your spouse.
Right.
So anybody outside this is your extended family member. Extended family members, there's a qualification. If you can still make an application now if you're an extended family member, but you are required. The definition of extended family member who can make an application now is someone who holds a specified document. Under the definition side of the Appendix EU, a specified document is a residence card.
Okay.
So if you are an extended family member and you were living here or apply for family permit and you received it either before 31st of December or after 31st of December, you can still apply under the EUSS. Apart from that, you cannot apply for any other extended family member since the implementation period passed, which is the 31st of December. And those that you can apply for are people who were your family members as at the 31st of December, which means that your wife or your husband should have been a wife or a husband as at 31st of December.
Okay, Uncle Ben, I understand it now. So in such a application, what do you actually needed to do in order to avoid refusal?
Well, the first of all, you need to establish relationship.
Okay.
If you look at the guidance notes, which has been updated April this year, which is this month, there's specified evidence for relationship. It's either a marriage certificate or a birth certificate.
Okay.
So if you say somebody is your mother, you want to provide evidence that you are actually the child. That we have issues with Ghanaian birth certificates and Ghanaian marriage certificates currently. I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, the Home Office is absolutely wrong with what they're doing with Ghanaian marriage certificates.
Okay.
On the birth certificates, they may have an issue, but that issue itself is premised on the basis that they have what we called expert evidence to challenge the authenticity of that particular document. And therefore, where an allegation is made that a document or a signature is not what it ought to be, the burden is on the Secretary of State to provide the evidence. And the judges have said, even this week we had some cases where the judges have said that where the Home Office makes an allegation that a signature on a marriage certificate is not the same signature as the parties, the Home Office must provide expert evidence because a caseworker is not a handwriting expert or a signature expert. And therefore, it is not their say-so The law have set parameters for these things to be argued and debated in court.
Right.
And if the Home Office does not meet the very high threshold of providing expert evidence to challenge your birth certificate or your marriage certificate, their decision is bound to fail. The judge is not an expert, so the judge cannot look at your signature and say that this signature is not yours. It has to be an expert, and where that evidence is lacking, 99.9999%, you should be able to win that case.
Right. Thank you so much, Uncle Ben. Okay. Nuanom ni adofo sisi ayede yen kasa no abayan ye kromu kasa ye nyoma bebre aye be discuss na ye kasa ye kan nyina opoto mu ana ye se bi won so twetwetwe mo na ase nti no yo Uncle Ben ye da se sa extended family nsem ni ye be kwa kofa ye busuafo ya be ya na nkrofo ra ho se ye kan se the 30th of June na nsem nyina so etwa no nkrofo wo questions ehyehyehwomunso ni ase se nti ye be ni den ene Uncle Ben 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗄 wama ye hu se still a kwan da ho abra asa time 31st December na ye bo hu de wuro no saat emre no se owo kromo ha nkoa dia bibia kyerese na wo kromo ha na kyerese ekwan da ho se ubetumi akofa wo ba wo maame ukunu ana wo yire ana se wo nananom mpo ubetumi amom invitation ana se wakofo mo kra ana se even waye mo hu nkrata ne dia amom no mo abeka ho wa ha kwan da ho nhihye ewo ho eno ase or say we establish all those things na Uncle Ben 𝗙𝗵𝗁𝗵𝗄 your relationship, few things that you have to establish, then you can invite them or bring them to come and join you here. Intino I just say yɛda so wɔ hope yɛda so wɔ awerɛkyekyere sɛ yɛbɛtumi ama yɛn busuafoɔ no abɛka yɛn ho empo sɛ wo de application ni to mu mpo na yɛsi yɛngye antum yɛ refuse a still a na Uncle Ben akyerɛkyerɛ mu nneɛma kakra na nketenkete bi wɔ hɔ a wohu lɔyafo a ɔmo betumi agyina so na ɔmo afifi mu na ɔmo hu sɛ refuse a we deɛ ɛntɔkwan mu enti no yɛnhwɛ ne yansa yɛnhyehyɛ adekore no yɛnhyehyɛ ne foforo na wonsa ebeka ade a wo hwehwe Uncle Ben ye da se tiefo ene emre no sama yen kakra na nso ye be try ase ye ne ntemtem Uncle Francis nso wa ha na obeba enche bia obeba Uncle Ben yen hwe bibi e wa ha ma yam application nyina e wo saa yiwi na obi ni medi ho nkomo ne ekoba ne se oti kromo ha by 31st no oti kromo ha ni bibia kyerese kromo ha na owo opese okofa ne maame ebeka ne ho na mmom otu kwan kakra asem we minim se me de atodwa because enora na o catch by looks a bit familiar otu kwan kakra ene se otu kwan no 31st night no we ndi no wo kromo ha but we establish or ye adwuma ha bibia kyerese owo ha but 31st night no ni kromo ha na owo ni kro akasa me fan say so German no wo Germany na owo na America kra 2 months ya na waba February end ya na sisi opese okofa ne maame ba nti oni me ka ho na me say well ya na you're staying here, you're establishing here, and you're out there. Sometimes we get a bit confused. Uncle Ben, quite that also be to me, nana.
Absolutely, quite that. The Tennessee, if you phone a mobile chrome hangina, so evidence, I said, there be now chrome before 31st. So we'll call Akotena EU for 6 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, for 5 years, no nye issue sesia ebeye issue dache but for now no enye issue enti obi a wabeyi na wa ha obi a wabeye adwuma wa ha da obi a wabetena ha wanye adwuma wan oni na ba wa school ana so what documents be a gu ha dada 31st of December no na wonni UK kromo ha na still no oba baka because now we din omo kind of 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗄 ewa ha no because so 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗆 so 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗆 because 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗆 wa ha dada before 31st of December no still ultimately the wabusuafo ba na busua na ye kasa busua aye busua ye wo maame wo papa wo nana wo ba ana ase wo kun ana wo yire eku ana eyire no e wo say ye eku ana eyire a o ware no before 31st December ana America say Ghana for ya ware no because ye ware wo fie no ebia wonje marriage certificate ni sese enti wo koje no be ye May ana 1st of June ana 3rd of June ana 6th of June ana 30th of June ana even 1st of July na wo koje marriage certificate no but se nipa no outside na o ware no before 31st of December still betimi the number under the old style and sesa se nipa no wa ha ekum ana eyire no wa ha dia and because wa ware na to ho no obetimi akoje certificate no ene echina up to the 30th of June na what the year application no so wa ha e was so timi application no by the 30th of June wa nya dia ontimi nye bi mu wa mu kran so wonye sa application na wo ho ya aka although say wo kwan a wantimi anya obetimi esusu ho no e very restrictive ntimi mpese obi a ho beche no ntimi sremo still kwan wo ho ya ware no mu da ho ya ware to ho ana ekire ya koje ho certificate timo amwa ha mo ye illegal nyina na buku mo ye EU ana mo yire mo ye EU for no once amonya ware ato Ghana no butimi koje certificate ni fitia na de ko na mo de aya application before June so we outside there we worry before 31st of December now butimi koje marriage certificate anytime na chere say 18/6 no annual until say na worry after 31st of December now and the 18/6 no ebewio.
Yo, Uncle Ben. Oh, now the BWF come a question, but before maybe some question, oh, now the BWF no. Aye worry, 𝗔𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏. Uncle Ben, no, kwaya okan ya fani nyina so na mom aware no e dey important na e che o say e dey mfoni e ka ho na e che say because yen Ghana aware nim say 𝗔𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗏 enti 𝗔𝗴𝗵𝗵 akohia ya party ye twitwa mfoni ye to me de ka ho say ampa ye ware be ye about 6 or 7 months ago na afei na ye ba beji certificate ana say ho no kwan be important e na o see ye no photo bi or say show ana.
Okay, say ye ka say obi aware a na nya wano na wode ka na ye krata ye hwe ye Ghana ya ware no say UK for hwe Ghana ware a omo the Ghana law ana ye evidence decree ye NRC de no I say marriage certificate evidence of marriage. And just our marriage certificate na woni home for ni kra na still no I no nkyerese won worry because our na mu no woni ho ana e bi kra be ma na oba no nso eni ho abusuafo na ayemamo. The only thing is sometimes no omo nkasa aware no amba so bombe timi akasa aware ya ade a esombo ti ade esombo no ana na mo antwitwa ho mfoni ba moni ho ni ntino mfoni no say your cousin say your damfo say your house boy
that's right
ana gina ho ya aware no ma ho no nipa no wo mfoni nim no de so obi anim no
no correct
ya no nya problem
okay
and it na make us yeah evidence decree no say wo marriage certificate no nko ade a na chere say aware but am member mokoko
okay
so we say obi nkoye marriage certificate mawa besra tie nhihya a ewo ho
no correct
your marriage act no a customary marriage ho and it say wo worry we are now besa wo register I was say most swear statutory declaration
okay
our Ghana statutory declaration oh yeah omo a wetu ho e se omunjina wa name ye from locus parentis to be ojina wa ma wa for I don't know yeah ebetimi ya wadam for na our driver and I even with tenant cry obetimi agina ho ama wa ya ware no almost swear no mo de call AMA KMA TMA whatever no omuma o marriage certificate na mombo letter nka ho se emra no wadi so ana omo na omo issue mesrawo bibia ya wo Ghana ya koje wo aban ho bia no utua entigi receipt say a birth certificate, say a marriage certificate. Bibia woji wo Ghana bia no. Monfa receipt nka ho. The enti America sa na say awudifuo bi aba your community ni ma.
No cre.
Jessica say omokoye birth certificate amankrofo. Na omo create omo printing press e wo fie. Na omo de ma birth certificate. Marriage certificate ni de nyandu. Na omo de ma certificate no. Mesrel so obosi obinya birth certificate ma ana marriage certificate. Official receipt na ka ho no. Ka kire ne so mfa nka ho. Eno na kire se ayampa aban mu ana yɛde saa krataa no ɛma
yo Uncle Ben yɛda senya menhyraw for me be telephone lines na atomo ho kwan mbetumi ebisa mo asɛm na Uncle Ben ne Uncle Francis wa ha mo frɛ 0203735820 ana sɛ 020328600185 say yen lines no sorry ba kuma ye faint kakra edi asem ni but two say one friend lines no na aye problem me so betumi afre two mobile lines na de bia me de to dwa no betumi afre so ye betumi di eno nso edi dwuma na amana ye na telephone lines ne de GN radio yesremo mo ye hu bibi mayen yo Uncle Ben my last question before I ask the last question let me put these numbers across as well 077 879 39958 ube to me afre enonso 077 879 39958 and I say 075 966 20154 adofo amowo Facebook so mesre mo se mbetumi apin na mes no ewo ho amamia ebeye me de pa na yetumi e de didwuma no yenya odofo baako wa homa no so oye ya na mebisa na nka mbebisa how we can retain our rights of residence no ewo kromo ana se we Zambrano ni ana derivative right no kwan ben de betumi afaso na ye retain ana se ye be protect no enti ye tie ye ne pekoin ye tie no ansana. Okay, odofo mpacho owa homa so ye fra say na o kasa frɛ.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe Uncle Ben question back be.
Yo, bra kweku mpacho koso ai.
Yeah, with Uncle Ben, remember brief story no ma face with me aboa me. Yemfa ne say me
mpacho hold on. Baba mpacho. Okay.
Okay, you me that say. But you know me say, you can say me name EEA National. Ye ba Chrome her 2016 February. Na me the visit visa ne buy, and I'm jinan so residence card. But me jinan so no, application ni che court twice. Minya me biometric no July 2019. However, no, ye call court first. Here court, judge need this me appeal no, based on regulation 7 me qualify. But second court, which is upper tribunal, no, judge no allow me appeal on regulation 8. On that note, no, you have to say by now me kaya 5 years about me share dependency. You have to depend on the so 5 years. Me and a member of his household or share me in terms of financial or transfers. Come on, meet me again. So I indefinite application, even though say the current biometric, in a 5 years lifespan, in your ember, we patch my question.
Patch Uncle Ben, I said, when I would so.
The patch me EEA National, which is my father.
Ne papa.
Okay, and papa, I am a family member. Meaning, yeah, almost under 8 or qualify at 7. It's court to the to say we are family member, we are dependent. I am dependence for 5 years. I know of a son and I had time to evidence EUSS indefinite leave immediately. Why?
Oh, okay. You. Me that's any. That's my name. Bye.
Yo, bye, Papa. Yeah, that's it. Pachawa will number ended with 2169. Pacha, when they do so, you're saying Pacha now.
Ofana me Didi. Ofana good morning.
Good morning.
Manye lawyer Bennard. Ofana.
Good morning.
Ofana minto. Hello.
Ofana ya no 𝗂𝗵𝗁𝗏𝗄𝗏 machine me 𝗂𝗶𝗏𝗵 phone name.
Oh, ingbe no po ingbe ofana. Ofana minto ma bi lawyer Bennard akashi. Kaji obi na 10 years ni already stale. Auto already stale as a British citizen. Ni makula ko ke for me mene keje ukule work ya ani wanya ni ofangbelo beke banya ni fangbelo.
You were not only a chore online application. A one who coffee usually opposed to a passport can be. But fair money by a British passport application, a banya fangbe. Because sometimes I call baby a pobanyo fee. Just bear in mind that KJ British nationality application of few. No fee application for she then chair. Ni ufangbe be try ke o withdraw she obile ibanya fangbe because she hele omu British citizenship e atawo e wo ke agbeko na po ibanya fangbe ono
ofana ke bi she ke baba ko nya finya mi ko ya ofana yo orado wa
be kan bo ho yuradon Didi
ofana yo bye bye
ofana hani maha my advice ko.
Okay.
Men komani it's an amefe EU settled status. Ni amefeko. Ni ame a permanent residence. In an ame apply for British citizenship. Ni amefeko EUSS. Even this late. Ofane wa. Ka British citizenship application ka June she. Ni agbeko na. The ofeko EUSS ofana obatron illegal. E wo ofe o British citizenship application ni ashe June mean. It's still a decision backward. Ofana shall he oya kono fe EUSS application koni efe protectable. Kaje na kaye nyemeni nye fi ofen aka nye afe British citizenship straight. Nye ba nye na fele na kai. She Nana Liake permanent residence denche. The Uber British citizenship by 30th of June. The Ofeko EUSS Obaton illegal. Only ebo. Ewo nukuni sani wake to hifo.
Yo, Uncle Ben, yeah, that's me mu ba me mfa call. Wa mane so pacho do so. Ye fra o sen na o kasa frɛ. Pacho wa landline so no. Do so.
Okay, yeah, hello, yeah. Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Sure, no, I say 10% better, Uncle Ben.
Pacho Kosowai.
Okay, Pacho 10% better, say, me get na eti. Kwame, you know. I won't Kwame, you know. Now, Kwame, no, me, you know, a British passport. Now, this is no, me know about it, that okay, yen transibio. Now, maybe I take consideration no when you be in a move enko. Since I say meeting my use the same address and say yeah, depend on what will be fitted in about meeting my use the same address na.
Okay, Uncle Ben, Pacho tenenka.
Na ne kasa ni mo no nye clear papa. O say oya there.
Papa, Pacho to me bisa asem ni yi why na emo twetwe.
Okay, but your master say me partner na etini ya won kwa me no. Na mimikita British passport. Ana asida jama oba no so. Nti oba no so kita 2.5.
Me yetie wo hello.
Okay, nti oba no so kita 2.5. And as say decided say ntimi entrance bill as a partnership. Na this is so yet 2-bedroom flat ma meaning na current free agency honum. Na this is so ntimi obi ayin na emu nko. Na bi se salary say meeting my use the same address no akoko wado bi 350
oyene oba no wona not na wona na say partner enti mo worry
right
well so won worry obi a wo ho kwan so timi worry obi fofo bi a de tene de ba but just bear in mind say Obano, not just on also Jinan Colano, so next time. Why?
Yeah, but I use the same address and I use I panel 50 number.
Oh, you know, Obi, I wanted to say partner. I wanted to the same address, no. Oh, Warren, I was on the number, the same address. First of all, no, Kwan won't say bit me, but it raises suspicion. Say our real for our no, and yawa repa. Just be mindful. And Casamania, but just be mindful. Why?
Well, do I come back to me more for saying I'm to find the number.
And say, who be some question we will radio so
exactly.
Now, all I may answer one now.
Okay, Marty.
Pacho, and send me say no, yes, ube to me, afre office ho, na only Marcasa, now ube can radio so, NDM, why, Papa? Yo. Yes, that's it. Adofo, na yen share and cassa ye, biane say, our some program is being monitored everywhere that we utter no. Ye chechimo ain't no yeni lawyers a papa for na edi jumano. In sembe wa or se ofran ntuma ansana odiaba. Kroma omo ti ase na eno nkyere se be kan se ne tie na pain sa da bi yo medamase odofo wa na ma ne 7640 eduso pacho mayente wonka.
Hello, me pacho manye team me ache me lawyer no nyina ache so. Okay. Me pacho me question ene say me Unia Mikita resident permit, dear Equaco change no be. My 𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗄𝗏 no. Na emraba se e wo se mi kofi. Okay, minya enya minya enya report no se ada se ye de amame ana se ye mfa maame na emre eba mu se e wo se mi kofi. Metimi agya ho akọ na se inu se metimi kọ. My second question so my second question.
Pacho tie. First question is about to be Mr.
Your first question no mikita permanent resident. I was me kwakosisa. Ewi 𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗄𝗏 no. Na friend say me nyanya decision no. Emra ba mu agent say e wo say me kofie. Ti me akọ ba ana say eni say me kọ.
Well, first of all, no, bibia to me see. Onkobo no. O decision in my ni nyina ya de betimi afet
𝗂𝗶𝗵𝗄𝗏 no
ti the American be say bia onkobo nsa no ana decision by why application when him said deadline June problem is once why application no I was so trying on the decision no ba why
me tu kwanya matu
yes ti trying on for decision mbra.
Okay, my second question, and the obi ne dija me say mimisa emma no. O se o ware EU ni. Se sia no na yire no e wo London na address ne bibia wo ho, but wo benya adwuma e wo Birmingham. Oye adwuma wo ho nom. Okay, obetimi adarete ne letters e de aba Birmingham ho ya enye long process say afi no ko London akofa ene ayi ana say e basa na e wonsunsan so bi a later e de beba na na. So onyi na date emfree na yire no fie one na yire ne wo ho am na yire no so no nya ye fa no se ne niema e na waba Birmingham wanya adwuma wo ho nom opese post office no direct ne letters no se ebe ya atembia no nsa betimi aka ne letters entem.
Yo papa wo question mate na mema Uncle Francis you are no why mema Uncle Francis you are no ntimpacho jena so 1 minute mame na mema Uncle Francis you are no e wa ha ono so ka dwumedi aye di hu na ansa na obeyi wa no no mema wasan e repeat question ni biom e de amame na before obeye san mesrewo 1 minute mo jena so mo mame 1 minute Uncle Ben e di kan e ka asem bi say dodo na ye kita permanent resident card no ya ye kita permanent resident card na ye try say ye bekwa akọji British citizenship no e kwanda ho a ubetumi aye na emmo yenye hu ne say wonye EUSS na o apply British citizen na 30th of June so na bia omoma wo moaye anase enyanko true yet na wo ho be kire obeba bedane illegal enti no or advice and say edu honom say why instead of be EUSS na wonye na so person ye British passport na citizen direct na say wo ya na onya moaye yeta na edu June pe bomodia na koye EUSS no immediately e wo June because say eba ni say moaye na mba on time na 30th June no 𝗿𝗶𝘁𝗵𝗱 na onya moaya oye illegal nti ho no edin sunsun so bb I mean ebeye complicated the amount nti yen hye ne nso ewo ho yen hye ne nso pa ewo ho EUSS no ehu hia oye na na onya decision ne kra na obetumi asa akoye British passport no nti enam sa aka 2 months pa kwan enimu no mesra mo ye nyina yenye na se sika enokra se sika bi eni ho em se card no said the na obetia ne makaka but yendi kan enye eno ansa na yakoye British citizen se ne be ya ye ho nkyere ye after 30th of June no yo papa Mr. Oda so ho
I know
yo second question no bonitie mama wa Uncle Francis 8 you
my second question no and say me worry EU ni ne London but sisi ano mabenya adwuma e wo Birmingham me wo Birmingham okay Birmingham ha na me wo no me pese me post office na me direct me letters e de baha address ne de e be wo ne London ho but e be do post office ya say wo be direct me letters no e de abre me e wo Birmingham ha e na me pese me bisa Uncle Ben say me yes ade na e wo nsunsansuo bi a akire e de be bre me ana say problem bi ani ho ana letters bi wo ho a e be do post office ho a enya ade a wo be direct de aba
Uncle Francis Beyiwano na before Beyiwano there are certain types of letters and no we hear redirection cry they don't redirect it omo de be call old address no still omo ko na oni ho a better ho na em say it to whoever comes they will return it you know there are certain letters but Uncle Francis Uncle Francis in pacho obetumi eyinim ano amamia medawase
Yo, Manye T, Mesomeda say, yeah, you have question here, what they are or our relationship more. And our person on my TFO who say, oh, you address, and I say, what when you may be or Birmingham now, or you address or your redirection, and since so Bema, Ebeba, now worry in case of Corinu, and I send a hoka for Corinu. Yo, oh, shares and I am running ACTR. Say once a year our for no na home office 𝗿𝗶𝗵𝗵 a friend cohabitation ya ka cohabitation che say woni nipa no ete in terms of say we say prove address che say my address ni ono so address ni ye nyina yete address ba akoso but the ya hwe ne say o say makonya adwuma o Birmingham makonya adwuma o say sign na esitie yenye careful say ye live ni ye limited ye ko renew Deben na in case ye de be show evidence ye ni nipanity in terms of relationship. Inti bibisa na ye bibisa no ye careful. Enye kura say we say we yes ade no. As long as say watch but adwuma nti na de wakwa adwuma wo hon ma edru ho obetimi explain. But men change your address let alone say obeka say obey redirection. Akobe bi a watu a de ye adwuma no. Why?
Okay.
Yo, say atomo yi.
And the na me say address ne de e wo ho na redirection no say e bia envelope nature o mbe change no but inside ne de nka letter na e beba ne de ene de eye me yiri address a me ne te so no eno na wo so but redirection na mpese me kire say me ye redirection na enya ne kire say majai na mpese me kire no.
Yo penyi de tie ne say ye mpese sinsa so beba application ne so. So, because who be feel say redirection or address ne also, but at the end of the day, no, bibi ube fa ka ho na akosai u case no. Enu nti na ye prevent say men for ho kosa situation no mo.
But ho.
No, madam Asiri.
Ni obetumi aya ne se ne eba na udin na we kira wo yire ne da so te ho a no asa wo yire ne a share envelope foforo no post to the abre o Birmingham wo ho eno be ya easier why
yes
yo yensu ye da si papa nyame nhira bye odofo a wugina landline so kafra why mpacho edo so ye fra wo se na wo kase free na wo pe kra mbo udin ma yente wonka
Me pacho from na nekua me kase free Birmingham.
Yo man.
Me pacho na me wo ba EU ni ye ma me 5 years na akra no so di 13 years say na me ye indefinite for May no. But up to date no maintain woman can ba my kobo mensa no. But first one no di see me passport me which manye biometric. And I mean sa wo EU no. But according to lawyer no almost say my application into okay. But me banon so say no 13 years no my British passport amani say. And me frɛ busa say anye bia no 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗴 say what change me EU passport na I am British ana ne die benti na from May no so no menti any decision bia ana.
Yo, me pacho May, who come May? That was assume
May last year.
Yo, oh share their scenario, their work situation now. Fine, work yeah. Me pacho say EUSS ni bi na yeah.
Me pacho
fine. Inti anu ani ebo hu de ro ni say wo ye EU ni wabusia na wo kroma na wonye by 30th June 2021 ehun sinsan so wo so inti wo de na waye no waye dada but now wo ke bibi say oba no wa say wa register as a British citizen and wa koji British passport. Why all the same no enya sinsan so is under derivative right application. Inti no be se ugina oba so na wo de gisa enkrata no but se bibi asesan wo abrabo mu a ye free bibi change of circumstances what switch from EEA passport and about British obetumi update home office amoma ya aware currently oba no nationality okuta but at the end of the day no sir why application somewhere May last year not up till now MANYE there ache papa inti de mebusa on say lawyer na yeah na say wa na yeah
me pacho mo na mo yeah me frɛ kra na here so me lawyer no e would training inti no me nyu obi ane nkasa at the moment my frɛ office was
me guarantee you say frɛ after me program no may chase it up and I say wo frɛ your office say busa any of the lawyers ni say na mo reference number or me chase it up amount why
me pacho me das
yenso ye das ma me nyame nhyira ene abotra onyaye yo yegusu ewa ha ye wodofo ba konso ahoma no so afeme ma no kasa wi na mabobo me voice notes ne kakra ene me messages ne kakra na masa akire bibi mo so kakra ewa ha yo enti odofo wo number ye 4551 kafra why we gina so ache fa che me me ente nga ga se free he.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Uncle Ben, Uncle Francis, my sister, me chairman. Me pacho, me line mu nya quarantine no menti mun kan ye but maybe some question na me dey ask.
Yo, bisa oti na.
Me pacho EUSS no. So who submit here? Omo request for card no so post card na bra na because my be na omo request them post card na bra ma me post ko omo say me sabe kan of back for 5 days na but no ba me saka card na because my bo me sanu dada before I bought the resident card no me sa ko bo me sanu bie ma na minya decision so make me idiot na
okay
and I'm back to my second question here me ba the person can me no instead of British passport no but so make me na me that's
Uncle Francis but what nka okay, first one no na meti ni ye. No say I say, Dimple, sorry, messages ne door, so that may trust. Mammy, come from why? Oh my God. I confused. I have 2 messages here. I don't know which one was hers, but Messi, or they are too so, Mammy, or they are too so, or they are too so. I'm trying to. With the mess up, nasa frebium na. I was trying to write something now, maybe sir, and see, o question meant to me, enya or the feeling now, okay, you know. Why, Mr. Overbury? Or 4 hours, who must patch frozen now, cast a frame.
Hello.
Yeah, Patrick, hold on. Uncle Francis, or say, home. Near and say, or call your application, no. Now, you can't say on sending a card, Embra.
Okay.
And Obenya within 5 working days. Into Obisa say eba wodi kan bɔ ne nsa no dada. Nti eba obesa kɔbɔ ne nsa no biomana no de akɔyɛ biometric ana say enoa no mbe use e de aye. Mami, so question e ti sa de a ene ye de nyame ase na nti sa mesra we ni die mu. Fa che me na san bra so ai. Uncle Francis.
Yo manyeti wo hwɛ the waka chairman on that basis no. May assume say no kuta resident card under the regulation 2016. Sir, opese wo ye EU DNBA EU settlement scheme na. Omo ye because the card ne enwu ye no. So ye online application na. Ombeka che ne say onfa the card na mra na omo hwe. Say ampa say okuta resident card na wo apply for EU settlement scheme no. Okay. Now, yeah, almost 5 working days. 5 working days, you know, normally when they say, yeah, for EU nationals. Passport, you know, more country identity card, you know. But what okuta resident card and as for there, it's up to them to make a decision. Say, yeah, they brought 5 working days, and I say more than 5 working days. But I don't think say yeah, now even a month for and check. But because of coronavirus, you have a situation you woman say a fast case worker a juma free fee and card and super posti ako or more office. Inti answer na no ni sabeka no na delays kakra e wo mu. Inti se bibisa no na fo say check and I say a check to the extent say 1 month 2 months ni na sefo akwa inja wo say o prompt home office about that.
Okay, you order for one who must pacho kase friend your friend say.
Hello, Manye. Morning, Uncle Francis. Into be quick question from the quick.
Okay.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, Uncle Francis. Video can circulate. Naming Tony, no one lawyer be a man. Each one was if you video I know it told me actually. Many your man say ni ekwa mema machine aye Ghana lo mema machine aye Ghana ni ekwa ba nyame kwa lo moko ahimi ni ekwa no ale video etwa akeshi mlako ye Ghana ni twa akeshi kemo himi ka sibeko ni ka sibeko e ba nye claim machine akele no ni mla ha egbe na kan e wo mi nto ni ekwa lawyer agbla mi etwa wo tafate meni yo man say ni ekola mama isin alo a machine akene bi ni wa hamoko mini di mla you know ne echon wa mi odugba secondly when minto ma bi akesin in terms of kamoko mfe visa application kenje Ghana kemba UK akaye normal service standard service priority service mini gi difference ni yo mi alo advantages ke disadvantages ke lawyer banye bla mi fi echon wo
yo la Francis we dey enkra dey ayo ni o kan say me body tofa ni o kan say so say na say be na otwi mu a video bi circulate pa say emra abaga ni say why japade bi na monhwa soma mefuei wo de aman bia wo nua we busuani bi obi I mean anybody at all, it doesn't matter whether the person is your family or not. Na onhwa so no up to a certain number of years no nipa ko no betumi claim say just no not wa or so anase obo sa japade obo ho banti no obetumi akọ claim say yemfa ma no aban age atum say omo de bema no na just say amasa de no abodi pa bebre hu this week na topic trending topic into obisa say diemra no de na wom no kra de nti na o say ba ni sa enti obetumi echichi mu a na second one no so no o say
second one me okay with
okay you any because
first one I think say we are now about the tough one grandma man why your first one as far as me aware no me who such a video but if possible bet me aware because as you follow Ghana law and at the same time thank God 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 papa bisa bana otimi communicate lawyers say na ekoni yo as far as aware no bibisa my and Ghana law actually me a bit of me law kakra Ghana ama me even any lands commission cry juma and then I say for I know much about this law regarding property and land as well. Into the year can say so far, Emmanuel wo Ghana nature say fine. Our property, as long as I will register with land registration and I say lands commission, on my plot here say a Japanese way, asimesi dia no obiani wa obetimi afechi akofa property no let alone say wo dia market ka bi se wonhwe so a caretaker no betimi a change with documents ababe ni dim and to me ana onipa kro ni ntimi nyesa because imra wo Ghana before so be sa de ne kra no nipa na ni dim wo so no lands commission be contact nipa no say asimesi person o say and I didn't know who now acquire sadden, who need to me say obey acquire sad.
Yeah, and video nature say, yeah, am I out to me. In terms say, I think we'll have to take the video and then play the video, not today though, and then maybe they are to can say Ghana mrano. Kwe over na koye jame video in delete your phone and ko send it to 075 966-20154 no ibango na wa on ofa obomitwe kwe obomitwe oh say ode atoso enti no mpacho chechemu then the second question chechem ne mu ma why
yo the second question no say opeso hu say uye application now to see services home office in terms of say Oko submit application now. The differences of the services are more super priority, and standard.
Yeah.
Oshima standard ne wo say omo how over presenting with documents now rolling for biometric. Yemfa Ghana TLS contact moving pick. Say your application you be bookie.
Yes.
For submission of document and enrollment of biometrics. In this case, you choose standard and answer open priority. Answer open super priority.
Yeah.
Standard in HS say omo peak period obetumi submit application.
Okay.
And you what bibia ni nyina amount of money obetua u choose no a. And the decision and also involved said Uber super priority ni na se for say bia and then ya submit Uber see ehwem near decision as soon as possible and also it no but because of COVID ni coronavirus by Oma cancel instant decision but ubetimi instant submission say bia me name application me call my website me search na me benya submission of my document and really benya na me ko share super priority the date be all it that and me choose and that means me nya to see that date now. Me sika sem me payment ebe kosoro compared to a standard one ABR so far £28 and a kakra so. It is super priority it can be 100 and something over. It's in time frame how you want to present your application and how you want the decision to be made as quick as possible. That's the difference. What standard, super priority. Why?
Yo, La Francis, yedasi. And yebedi hu juma later on. Yebedi hu juma later on. Yo, say.
Anyway, I want cry more now. Be okay.
Oh, better say. Seven na depend actually. Into the you can say blue light na ya so no ema affect me nti ma me hu hwi ye wo odofobi we gina so check akra mpacho unama end 7213 mpacho mayente wonka o kasa free he why kafra
yeah this mpacho me na me free na me o refi me question back
ha me da mpacho bisama me why
yeah me pacho na me say me back me person can me yeah where you need be man instead of British passport no. Now me read I catch me say me back home but it's not giving me the link make me apply for me bano. Into me pacho lawyer and 𝗂𝗃𝗃 mu kakra man say me why. Na na me pacho lawyer Francis say kasa sisi na emba so nko awo voice na yet.
Oh, that's because it's me much what say.
Oh, mame, o phone o temenka. Hello.
Me pacho me tonka.
Hey, now when baby ojina na twitwa pa o. Intema obetumi adane ho kakra bi anka ebeye adwuma pa ma ye why?
Me pacho yo.
Okay. Chia baby na fe kasa Lord Francis bacho otene ngasi sia. Kasa ma me hwe.
Me baba.
Still that's
okay. Yeah, one thing. Me pacho ye.
I'm say yeah.
Okay. Me pacho me papa instead of British passport and now ka person ye the any be man. And now me person say e be popular and me ready na e ka tell me say I can but me ma me link na me
baby akasa na okasa ne nyina yeti half ma me bisa o say o ba na o pese wo ye British passport man no right.
Instead of British passport,
instead of British passport, person you the man now one kasa pacho kita den.
Because you know me didn't can ho asem you na me de me kwaji me we no me kwaji
permanent
EUSS no yeah.
Not just what's no a bit different from near Uncle Lawyer Francis 𝗂𝗃𝗃. On Lawyer Francis or no ye EU or she or ye EU in took it a EU passport na.
Could there be me cry EU card?
Took it a EU national card no ID card no.
Your 𝗂𝗱𝗄𝗏 residence card.
The way break pa me nya the whole story.
Yeah, no problem. I think may try him next week.
No, you can go on, but I didn't break it. Then can may try to establish it quickly. First question, the answer no was perfect.
Okay. But the second one, they say me bana or yeah, me kame kwaji British amano no. Me pese because of mean to EU the anything can pese me je no mano.
Oje EU passport rather edemano.
Okay. And tinam pese me find out to say possible and a link minya because the link na mama wa ha no is not directing me to the children's side, it's just giving me a new application form to fill. Tin my confused kakra.
Okay. Lawyer Francis Mpacho says say what nenka. Debut. Oh, neopa chese nka opese nkoji British passport money ba, but we nyanji opese instead no nkoji EU passport money ba no. But oko application we ni so a link ewo ho no mano access say mano just like a new application for something else. Intama wa confused.
Yo, the etiani says so kasa wo gi passport e was say passport ye gi passport or EU settlement scheme no. Ye gi we leave no. Or the betina chroma no. But when it comes to passport, I was so called the country oppressor of free or EU or no or more embassy or machine. And also gi passport. Okay. But before then, no.
But
before then, no, per se, or register no, and I said, or money banner HSA or EU or no, so EU into EU Busia and also depending EU. And no bet me make EU settlement scheme nibi. So Akolano under 21 nani pana or you soon no. Anya indefinite. Akolano was a man of indefinite leave to remain. Inti hono na say o me ye aware say because me think say oni ne kasa no our
permanent residents
fine or kasa na
Debut. In fact, I don't know what's wrong. See lines na yes some very very funny way be. Mama so wo ho senior okay, so it's a permanent resident card, right? La Francis, okay, it's a permanent resident card.
Okay, my main twice free. Okuta permanent resident card and no year under regulation 2016. Into on that basis, say why EU settlement scheme Libya. Because the permanent resident card ne enwu on my catch yourself a card in the brand name. Inti hono see o posti koma mo still on your monkano. Because one na me so me change
e hono on your monkano.
Yeah. So o posti na no can be say almost 5 working days. 5 working days here normally omo EU form kuta omo EU passport. And I say EU identity card no. Omo na home office yes amra ne ma omo but who ukuta resident card under regulation 2016 no omeka to say post brain but it's up to them to make say ya share yes de brew and now was I worry say obekọ akọbọ ne sa no ana hono so omo hwe na omo fo say card ne ya okay a omo ma wo nkọbọ wo nsa no no man make a decision say whether you qualify for leave to remain on the basis say who permanent into bema indefinite and I say bema limited leave to remain.
Okay, mama, so what you say afi?
Mpacho Matias na me mpacho me ba ne de no bisa ma me why.
Afi ne ba no so sinko okoji opese oji EU passport the man instead of British passport man no so e possible na all try so be a link or follow no man different you can say different form like fresh application says anana woka no
yeah mpacho sa pepe yeah
we say ne ba no kuta den say
into ba no kura den say a
to say me ngize man na ka wasam the British passport man and I mean yeah because of 17 instead of the camera faha
yo it say obadi kuta hwe the only thing o hwe de woka na because obano uye EU ni I don't know say oda so worry EU ni na say woni na jai
ipacho me na jai
o sere na jai
yo woni na jai a we retaining the right into at that point in time no akola no unye bibia ma no say tama na ni EU ni wo ho no e wo say tama ni EU ni wo no uye sa EU settlement scheme ni bi ma no and I say resident card ma no. But unye into the only option I was say and say I was say British passport in man.
Oh, okay.
Yo, yeah, that's say why
that's the why. Yo, maybe my help is so
no, okay, pa. Bye. Lawyer Francis, obi wa homa so. And me messages mama man kan. Yo, mpacho wa ujina so. Kafra mame why? Everyone said now ka se free. Oh, they are so. Yeah. Or they are too so sorry, Lawyer Francis. Yem koso na emreni sha. Yebesa amamon kaye say GN radio dumede legal hour na ye no. Aka just 3 minutes na 11 na bo. Maybe just one question na afedie. Obi 𝗵𝗁𝗵𝗀𝗏 ha you. Mame mbo the question no voice note.
Good morning, Uncle Ben. Good morning, MANYE team. Me pacho already my question off topic akraba. Mutimi ya no mami mani beje. Me sister a nurse wo Ghana or degree nurse and was I advanced nursing na waye adwuma wo Ghana be 5 to 6 years ni opese anka oba ha be adwuma na me pese nka obetumi a wo kire me mu kakra ha wa obesi a register na wenya sponsor de abaha. Na me hwe nurses for UK site na sometime mo de to honoba asementi ase we chika kranti mpacho obetimi a cheche mu kakra na mama na she process na se that's
Yo, Auntie Mercy, yes, yeah, that's now, La Francis Betchum, a bit process in time, no so, but say Ubenya and can last 3 weeks, they discuss, La Francis.
Yeah,
exactly 3 weeks in program. Visa, health and social care, no, yeah, discussing vividly. I think 3 weeks ago. And lawyer Becca be kakra na mre be on going to details, but so benya check your website na share and date on the 9th, not just 20 something of March, program ye tre mu pepepepepepepe ewo ho. I mean ye tre mu into details wo ho obetumi so eti ewo ho nom ama me why Auntie Mercy ye da se Lawyer Francis boniti eti ewo ho man na when be call off just a minute ekwa misra mu amutie yen wo ye can say tune in we dey 𝗵𝗁𝗆𝗏 ye wie ya no nanso Facebook ne dey obe 5 or 6 minutes bi ebe kan ho any YouTube ne nyina na Uncle Francis e dey aba ewie e dey amaye nti se mutie na e call for tuning na monko to Facebook ne so sesia na monko tie Lawyer Francis mpacho obetumi akoso
yo me MANYE yeah. I think now we see can program echo into details. Share the say we here and then your ma be here media yes application. Yo say we a nurse for Ghana. And yet nurse wako school keke. The tiani say I was say we will call we pin. I be can pin and you registered as a nurse nurse specialist. In this case, any nurse other ancillaries group or more in the health industry, or more part of health and care visa application. It is a young fire nearby the sister or a nurse or chair or see a Mikey or a qualified nurse Ghana Nurses Association or a member of it. In that case, so person oba no be adwuma wo ha. First thing I also wonya ne say we say wonya sponsor, licensed sponsor. It is our licensed sponsor no ebi ni say kroman no eya ne wo agencies bi a omo recruit ma NHS any health professionals. It is a wonya sa agencies we bi a obetumi afa omo so. And now say obetumi directly to NHS omo recruiting nurses. These are the options for you. Now, some would you to fine, offer employment now. Or mobile catch or say, if you offer employment, your best sponsor, I'm when your visa abakluma. Into the year, then they say, Ubenya sponsor. It is ultimately sponsor now. The candidate any day. Application as a umeki now the visa no now the backroom juma as yes. Into the main issue ni say senebeya ubenya sponsor. Into sponsor no lancing sponsor either NHS or agency bia or recruitment NHS and also other health professionals. And no necessarily we targeting our share. Now ubenya sanko for amometimi aboa amanya apply for visa ababeka ababeya juma as a nurse.
Yo, Lawyer Francis, that's MC Nipa Mienu Fre, but yen to me emfa with the mesremo, yemre aso, yen to me emfa na yemsre Lawyer Francis na ye kasa or obem de maye no omfa maye. Therefore, wom say de dwumedie na bewie na enye na wie no. Nyame adomo chena so ye beto aso. Enti na ha no is just 1.5 pe na ye wa ye betumi de di dwumedie no. Enti mesre obi frɛ we de fa che me to me fa ebeye me ebeha me kakra enti mesre fa che me se me to me amfa wo call no na me acknowledge yen viewers na omonso omoba Facebook so no omo share program ne maye ene omo ba YouTube ne so no sister Dokas Adom nyame sha one na najiman mo de mo bo adwuma ne ma ne ye fe pa gina edu say ene ye kan say omo nyina ye damase ohimba Obahima Vicky or see class good morning. Yadas you Munina Yadamas Chese Mekasa making kaya ebeha equia se wa one sonya me enshrow then the big Joe why or see big share nana Jemai Joan Oman O'Krine just Samuel Tobet Modos was super Modos na mekase me buboni na Monfant Covenant Grace nyame shrao na Kofinat munyina nyame shrao me hwese me hu mo question bi wo ho a obi say massa be specific if you are seriously in the relationship or your wife should be able to post it to you wherever you are na obi bisa say bi na or de no man mo aye wo ho yo enti Lawyer Francis ye beda wasi BWF Solicitors na ye ne omudi dwuma no na ohwehwe BWF Solicitors fu kira kwan a enye yira kwan kra ye yira kan kra eno ase ubefa bus and ubefa trainer eko 7 sisters ufa underground trainer eko 7 sisters na omo 214 to 218 high road ne so pepepe na chese ufa underground dia ye Victoria line blue color no ufa no a do 7 sisters na we see pet but more than the exit number 2 no number 2 so we were there no upie was so be who abansru bi si nim sa abansru ne pepepe BWF Solicitors for abansru call 4th floor no abansru no yatro Anna house because din no ye miensa ne wo so ba ko Anna house but more than main entrance no kom ko 4th floor we ko ho mo ho afen so betumi afro mo e wo sa na ma we mbo na ma we nto ho wa 0208 493-7340 fasana manonso tu kotodwemo abrebia wo from na book appointment ye be ma afenso ye nua ba bi be kan say or the assembly akoso mo na MC a delay sometimes you have to chase up won ya na ba ne say omoni home office for no cases ne doso enti se wo ade ne hia no hwe na chase them up they are there to help they are there for the community chase them up enti ye nua ba kwa wo frɛ mesrɛ ye wie program na bomode na frɛ office ho na bo ufa ne din bo ufa ne na chese number no boso na ye hwehwɛ mu ma o se ne nti a amana ache sa no why sa na tie nti no omo na mes bebre ba u boss abe na me na ka so hwehwɛ Lawyer Eunice u hwehwɛ Lawyer Richard ana Uncle Ben ana Lawyer Francis ana Lawyer Patrick omu nyina betumi edi wasema ma ofefefe omu ya de pa e wo family law ho na immigration na so obi di asem bia bedwam no chena me de beko BWF Solicitors the community and the law so say ne yere bono obema ne yere bono yo enti no opese wuti anyame adoma ochena 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock near the community and the law so yenua bema 𝗙𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗄 on obe host ene me nso me bon chen kakra enti no opese wuti story na bomodiana stay come and stay with us on that particular time no na yenhwe ohonso yebenya and lawyer Francis yebenya Uncle Ben yebenya lawyer Richard mu bia na yedi dwuma na mana yefe enti mo amobado fo yeda mo nyina ase lawyer Francis mpacho de na odbeja yansa na ya sori akọ ene
yo manye ti me da se ena yeda etiefo ase se dani de nyina mo kaya ho na mudi echi na yede san cheche ebremo yo de na me di beja etiefo ene say se sena Nyoma AC kono, especially EU Nyoma no. And so it's in semna kono entraye. Inti yakoswa for the next 2 months here da anime. Ye bohu dewro. Ama atiefo anasa mwa omo efil se omukuta permanent resident, derivative rights, resident card. Any other family members are omo ha omukuta sa cards nibi under Regulation 2016 no say I was say ukoye EU settlement scheme ni bi provided say upese utna ha after June 2021 because the way home office enya breno and the way home office ashisha omoni omano and I'm saying echo court Emma I can say oh yeah asking for extension of time then ask for Home Office there be empty. Ya bohu de ruache for almost 2 years in it is a one ufu say wunye and I say wunye no. Oma fani say would ye west you aso. Pese obeye. Inti say after 30th June 2021 na wunye ya Home Office be classified as illegal ewo kroma. Inti de yebe ka che tie for mo amunye EU for and he say so wunye ya I was say utu anamon from now onwards. And I be almost on the EBC my TF when it says health and care social visa no care visa no. Yeah. Dear air corner say unya wo fear why nurse or a nurse midwifery why a pharmacist or a doctor. Then asifwa I was say when ya license sponsor and sana ya yesa application no. Ye can license sponsor. I was see nya obia or ye employer will chroma. Why you ready say oba employ uniano? Because I know the main eligibility bia I was say ye meeti answer. Because say ye meeti sa dina na the epesi nya no ye no kwa. And as the omaya dina in such a way say license sponsor bia no a part of Home Office listed approved license sponsors. It is a wabano akacho say oh maybe a license sponsor, more license or boni di chewa or say okay, me pacho mame 1 minute, 5 minutes. Mami check it every Home Office website said oh licenses are now say uni licenses. It you know there or catch wa pese or foul no. Ubetumi aye background check no one who say our licenses are now say only licenses. So we checking our licenses are now fe there. Uni na di nkata ho e say uni di in terms of say okasa obema wadwuma. Inti de tie ni say enya den enya bibia a kire so. Say wonti ase a kohu lawyer. No ncheche mu yie ma pa. Na we ni a good opportunity a yenuanu mo amofi obesomba abroche no. Efa say omo health and care social services industry and now so more health industry no ombetumi ayusu ediaba krom hanomo yo manyeti yakramo yeda sezu se enenso maso emu amede program no abawiye da se na nyankopon de chen ya be se hia na yenka etiefo ne se wa yentumi answer questions and I say wentumi anya time amba GN radio no echna nyame ya adoma 426 yebesa to aso every honomo Uncle Ben besa je akonya every honomo inti se na ene wa nya na echna 4 to 6 BWF your website ona ye be your program no anyati ye da ase ye da etiefo so ase eni ahwefo yakra mo.
Yo, bye Lawyer Francis Yeda Sibibre. Yo, it's here for 100 days you made in baby. Yeah, China, you bet to us. So, China, Miss Ramomo, ma'am, be some more questions. Then I have them. And you know, Nyame Adoma, or China, be me first questions on the community and the law. A real program. Neso pepe. No, the first question. Ebe wo hono mo intino. Mombo modiana, mombe kayehu. Mombo mbeka ye ho na me who questions bebre wa ha nti mefa ne nyina na me de akọ na makobisa e de amamo yeda se mo nyina Nana Bob yeda wase I think I have about 3 questions online and I'm going to ask them tomorrow. Nyame adoma Nana Jima nyame nshraw yo etefo ye de dwumedie no abewie ye de dwumedie abewie ye this week monhwe na nyoma ketenkete bi enam kwemu de ba man Sunday omania basho ebeba so Sunday omania basho ebeba so manye team nyame adomeda so English language revision or test no opese wo try obeso okoye test na bia ayo adwendwen hu kwan a wo fa so a wo mfensu ana se me say o de frame me no be fa interview process the mo pepe ya na ye interview no ewo Trinity College ho me no be fa pepe nsema e be bisa e no na me be say na be ya wo be comfortable with it until kwa na wo kasa wo say enye den but ya na eto de bia na ehu kakra ene we esuro kakra bi aboye na afi wentumi am more specific answer o mo hwehwe na ye say one pass e be ya pa no akotua 150 ana 200 na one pass ya enye refundable so obersite another one to do it again. You know, Bomodian phrase 075-966-20154. Na uhiam webia ewo A1 ana A2 ana B1 na even more levels kra ye ni nyina ewo hodom nti Bomodian na frame na beji MYY. Nyame nhya obi bia mante menken bi manda se next week ebesen hia. Nyame hwe nyina.
BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗔𝗴𝗍𝗔 in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers. BWF Solicitors is a leading and an award-winning solicitor situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold 𝗿𝗏𝗍𝗔𝗴𝗍𝗔 in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our